Hi, I'm Rasmus Bennestad, and I will give a demonstration of an app that is designed to explore climate data. So in this case, data recorded at different sites, so it's like station type data. So this app here is accessible through the website ocdp.met.no. And you have like two panels here, like there's one side panel here which you can hide or you can show. And it shows the region. So here's from Norway, the Norwegian data. It shows precipitation. In this box here, there's some information about the data. Basically, the data runs from 1950 until fairly recent. It should actually be updated every day, but it hasn't been so far. And also here we have, it will highlight one station at a time. So here's Oslo Blindern. And here we show all data, and also we have different languages here as well. So I just want to give you a quick run through here. So it starts off showing the average on average by default, but you can show other types of statistics such as the maximum rainfall. So this is the maximum rainfall per day, whereas the average is average per year. You can also choose, like say December to February, so you can choose like different seasons as well, but just stick with a year. You can also highlight the top 10 sites. So you see they have black numbers, and then you have here, you have number 10, and you can sort of see which has the highest numbers. Number 2, Takle. And number 1 is Oppstreit, that's 3,110 millimeters per year. Another thing that we wanted to do is to be able to show, in addition to the statistics, also the some metadata. So here we have the altitude, for instance, here. So you can see that the red ones are the ones in lowland, and the blue ones are high up. Here you can also show low 10 as well, if you like. These are fairly low, but you can just put on 0. One thing here is that we can also filter these things as well. So here below here you have a range. So you can say, okay, let's just show the high ones. So here are only the ones are higher up. Or we can also show here, like, okay, we want to have and show stations with years of data, and then we want to show only stations with more than 47 years of data. So here we basically zoom in and zoom out here. Let's go back to, well, one thing is that if you see here, like on the tabs here, you have also the past weather. So by default, it will show you annual rainfall, but you can also you can zoom in and show the daily rainfall as well. And it's an interactive graphics, so you can see different like different years and so on. You can also here you can highlight new records. So it'll show you when you got new record-breaking events. That is green lights, the green dots here. Last time we had a record was in June 2014. What you can do is we can zoom in here and we can get more details. Also, you can show like say top 10 as well. Here, I may have to zoom out again. So, and then of course, like we can also pick a different range of like interval as well. That will also affect the trends estimates here. And then we have monthly and also seasonal timescales. So this shows like just one time series. So what we can do is we can go back to the map, and we can pick another station here, Leka. So when we go back to past weather, you see, then we got Leka here, and there's also more information here about the station in the blue box here. Or we can also pick another one. We can just pick it from here, the and then you'll find it goes here, so you can search by name. But what you can do is if you press delete and it's a BE, then it will actually search, so then you can find Bergen here as well. So it's a very nice way of sort of looking through the data. Another way of looking at data is a past climate. So this was past weather as a past time series. So this is more like a statistical way of showing it. So here we see this is January, February, March, and so on till December. So these are box plots. So this is 25 percentile, 35 percentile, and here the labels show the different sort of statistics. And then we have the green is the 1961 to 1990 normal. We can click on that, so we can hide it, or we can click back and we can show it. And here the dashed line is actually 1991 to 1920 statistics. And this orange symbols here are this year's monthly rainfall. So we see we have for May here as well. Yeah, we're not finished with June yet. So, and here we also have the daily statistics. This is also quite interesting to show. So here we have, if we like the different colors here are for different years. I can show the years here as well. And then you see it's a bit slow, but here you have the years, and you can, for instance, double click here, and then you hide it. Or you can, if you're quick enough, you can show just that year, and then we can show this year as well. We can show the 3 last years. This is not so interesting for precipitation, maybe, but we can show for here daily mean temperature, and I usually see like whether use this to see if the evolution is any special here. Now it all bounces back to Oslo here as well when we do that, so it's not quite finished yet. We can see the black line here are this current year, and then the various colored lines are the previous years, and red ones are the most recent ones, and blue ones are the oldest ones as well. One thing, let's get back to precipitation. And I can show you can show cumulative daily, then you can see that, and then it sort of accumulates from so by the way, this is the 1st of January and this is the last of December, so this is like the days through the year, and each year is repeated all the time here. But it's interesting to use this to compare this year with 2018, which was a very dry year, and then we can compare the two together. So you can see that 2018 was much drier in the earlier part of the summer, because we got more rainfall in the winter, and also like in the spring as well, it was wetter. So here it's 1st of January, and then here is the last of December. So you can see, like, we haven't finished the year yet. So it would be interesting to see where it ends up at the end. So you can see, like, the previous years, they have all complete years. We also have other types of ways of showing as the statistics of past climate. So this is the year upwards, and it's like days into the year as well, to see if there's any sort of certain pattern here. You can see that it's fairly, so the rainfall is scattered fairly well across the year. If you look at the temperature, you'll see like a different pattern, because like the white are like when you have no rain, so you can see like it's typically warmer in the summer. You can see like some years when there were like warmer spells here. Then we have a histogram, and that is a histogram of the data here shown in the time series. So these are monthly data here. If we went to show the daily data, and we get a histogram which looks like two normal periods on top of each other. And then we also have spatial statistics, and this refers back to the map of stations. So depending on what we show here, let's say we show wind speed, for instance, and then we show maximum wind speed, and then this should show the produce a histogram of the maximum wind speeds shown in the map from different sites as well, so you can see. And then and also let's see monthly trends as well. I don't remember how that works. But if we go to precipitation, oh yeah, that was monthly. That was a bit slow. Monthly trends. I can show like the trends for each month, like throughout the year. As you can see, like there was like a maximum trend in the wind speeds actually in the spring and less in the summer. Here's for rainfall. So it's for monthly data, and you can see that there's like been most increase here in the autumn here. Maybe less so here, like in August. And finally here for rainfall, you see they have an extra choice here called IDF, an intensity, duration, frequency curve, and that uses estimates. So it's a very sort of crude and approximate way of looking at IDF curves. A bit slow. Let's see if we wait and see. There it comes. Here they are. These are IDF curves. So this is like 100-year return, and this is 50-year return, and this is 2-year return. And this is the hours duration of rainfall, and this is the amount. So this is like 60 millimeters. And for 100 years return, you can get 60 millimeters in about 7 hours. Whereas if you look at the like that would be like you wouldn't get that for the 2-year return period. You wouldn't really get anywhere with 60 millimeters. So and then finally there's like one explore page. There's like we can have a scatter diagram here, so you can plot any of this metadata, or you can also look at the the statistics here. So you can show minimum and against maximum, for instance. You can see there's some strange things going on here. It's better to show the average, and then we can show mean intensity, for instance. You see some are like you can see some of the sites here look a bit strange or don't look quite right. And then of course the colors here, you can color it according to different criteria. So here we colored it with altitude by default. You can color it by latitude, for instance. Here you can also show, say, you can show the longitude here, and you can show the latitude, and guess what you get? There's like the map here. And here's like the size of these symbols is the data. You can also say, you can say have altitude instead, for instance. So you can see, like, you know, you can play around with this data. And then the last tab here is about this app, and it also provides a URL to a GitHub site where the source data behind this app is available. And also here is also like explains where data can be accessed from. And then like here are some references to some of this statistics it presents. And also if you want help or assistance, there's like a help wiki page to help you, but also like if If you have any questions, please use the issue page, or if you find that it doesn't work. And also, like, you can have comments here. So, and then, yeah, just I can show you like Eurasia here. You see, that's a much bigger map. This is ECHA data. It may take a little while before it loads. Sorry about that. Here we are. Yes. So you see, it's actually there's quite a lot of data here. And then you can also search here on, say, Austria. So you can get like only a few like selected data. So let's see, look at Finland. There's quite a lot of Finnish data here. So yeah, you can actually see some of the data here are from different regions, Pacific. So some of them, like GHCN, they may not be as trustworthy. You have Latin America as well. So these are just available data that's available. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy this app.